Breaking, ZHAN and Wang YIBO confirm secret marriage after years of heartbreak and hidden love. We kept silent because the world wasn't ready. But we are. ZHAN. In a moment that shook the entire entertainment industry and sent shockwaves across every fandom imaginable, ZHAN and Wang YIBO have officially confirmed they are married. Not engaged, not dating, but legally and spiritually bound for life. The announcement, made through a joint handwritten letter and followed by a surprise press appearance in Seoul, has left millions in awe, tears, and celebration. But this is not just a love story. It's a survival story. A tale of endurance, scars, silence, and finally, thunderous love. The untamed flame that never went out. Their story began in 2018 when casting directors took a risk on two stars with wildly different energies. ZHAN, soft-spoken and poetic, versus Wang YIBO, stoic, sharp-edged, and mysterious. Their characters in The Untamed, Wei Wuxian and Lan Wangji, set screens ablaze, spawning a global fandom that saw more than just chemistry. For fans, there was lightning in their glances, thunder in their silences, and storms in every behind-the-scenes interaction. But after the drama ended, so did their public closeness. Whispers followed them like shadows. Hidden pieces behind the smiles. Insiders now confirm that the separation was not accidental. We were asked to lie low, to act like we were nothing but colleagues, ZHAN wrote in their joint letter. They said people would never accept it. What followed were years of emotional hardship. ZHAN's career was nearly destroyed in 2020 by a public controversy, during which he disappeared for months. Wang YIBO, ever loyal, was seen wearing ZHAN's favorite designer on stage. Fans didn't miss it. They thought we were just moving on, Wang YIBO said, emotion breaking his usual steel tone. But the truth is, I flew to see him in secret. We stayed hidden in mountain towns and tiny airports. I've loved him since day one. Scene 1. The night it all changed. According to friends close to the couple, the moment that changed everything came in late 2023 during a silent retreat in Li Jang. Both men had signed on to different projects in Yunnan province. Pure coincidence or fate. One night, under a moonlit sky by the Jade Dragon Snow Mountain, ZHAN and Wang YIBO were spotted hiking together. What fans didn't know was that this wasn't a casual meetup, it was a rekindling. We sat in the snow, no words, ZHAN reportedly said to a confidant. And then he reached for my hand. For the first time in 5 years, we weren't hiding from each other, just from the world. Scene 2. Fire, threats, and the decision. The path to marriage was not lined with petals. The couple faced severe backlash from managers, agencies, and even family at first. One incident turned everything. A leaked paparazzi video in late 2024 showed Wang YIBO in a heated altercation with someone in a parking garage. Rumor has it the person had threatened to leak their private moments. We decided that night, Wang YIBO said. Either we live for them, or we live for each other. Scene 3. The secret wedding in Iceland. Fans speculated for months, but now it's confirmed. ZHAN and Wang YIBO got married in a private ceremony in Iceland on January 8, 2025. Why Iceland? It was a place where no one knew us. ZHAN smiled. Where our love wasn't a scandal, but a sunrise. They wore matching white wool coats, exchanged rings made of recycled silver, and red vows written in both Chinese and English. Their only guests? A local officiant, 2 longtime friends, and the Northern Lights. Scene 4. Letters to the fans who stayed. In a rare moment of raw emotion, the couple released a handwritten letter to their fans, translated into 12 languages. To those who believed in us, who saw us without the mask, this love is yours too. We carry your faith with every step. Wang YIBO and ZHAN. They also acknowledged the pain they faced during years of silence. To those who hurt us, ZHAN wrote, we forgive you, but we don't forget. Scene 5. The first photo. Less than 24 hours after the announcement, ZHAN posted their first official photo as a married couple. Shot in black and white, The image shows Wang Yibo standing behind Xiao Zhan, his hands wrapped tightly around his waist, both staring at the camera like they've survived a storm. Because they have. The caption? We can finally love. The internet explosion. Within hours. The hashtag Xiaozhan Wang Yibo married trended #1 globally. Twitter, X, servers temporarily slowed in Asia due to traffic spikes. YIBO crashed. Fans organized worldwide flash mobs in 18 cities with lanterns and music from the Untamed. Several big-name celebrities congratulated them, including Lu Haoran, Baiyu, Zhou Dongyu, and even international stars like Timothée Chalamet and Rose. Scene 6. A home in the hills. Their next step? Quiet. Peace. The couple is reportedly building a home in the hills of Hangzhou, where they plan to retreat from the public eye. Friends say the house has a glass wall facing a lake, a music studio for Wang Yibo, and a garden where Xiao Zhan grows peonies. It's not about hiding anymore, Xiao Zhan told Vogue China. It's about living. Upcoming project. A drama together again? Fans may not have to wait long to see them on screen again. Rumors are swirling that the duo will star in an upcoming Netflix-backed historical fantasy written by the Untamed's original scriptwriter. If true, it would be the most anticipated comeback pairing in Asian television history. Final scene. The love letter we all needed. As the world digests the news, one thing is clear. This is more than a marriage announcement. This is a victory for truth, for courage, and for love that refuses to be silenced. They were bruised. They were buried. But they bloomed. In a world that tried to tear them apart, Xiao Zhan and Wang Yibo chose to love louder. And for millions of fans who never stopped believing in them, this is not the end. This is the beginning of the real story. Xiao Zhan was 27, a rising talent known more for his smile than his fame. Wang Yibo was just 21, already a motorbike riding, stage-commanding sensation in the world of dance and music. When they were both cast in the fantasy epic The Untamed, few imagined that a web drama based on a once controversial novel would launch a worldwide phenomenon, let alone one of the most whispered about relationships in modern Asian pop culture. But something happened the first day they met. Scene 1. Eyes that didn't blink. The first table read was, by all accounts, electric. Xiao Zhan entered the studio in a crisp white shirt, clutching a water bottle and a pencil-marked script. Wang Yibo sat across from him, leaning back, seemingly disinterested, until their lines met. As Wei Wuxian and Lan Wangji traded words on the page, something shifted. The room fell into a hush not written in the script. He looked at me and didn't look away, Xiao Zhan would later recall in an unpublished interview. He wasn't acting yet, but he was. I felt my heartbeat in my throat. Their chemistry wasn't just natural, it was feral. Quiet, restrained, but too powerful to ignore. Directors called cut, but the air didn't change. What no one said out loud was this. They saw each other. Scene 2. Thunder in the silence. On set, they quickly grew close, but not loud. There were no showy selfies, no fake bromance antics for clicks. Instead, it was the subtle things. In the behind-the-scenes clips fans now rewatch like ancient prophecy, Wang Yibo would wordlessly hand Xiao Zhan a coat between takes. Xiao Zhan would smile at a joke Yibo barely whispered. They'd rehearse late, not because they had to, but because neither seemed to want to leave. Their characters, one mischievous and full of life, the other composed and deeply restrained, mirrored something deeper about them off-screen. The world saw two actors in costume. Fans saw something else entirely, a storm trying not to crack open the sky. Scene 3. The river scene that wasn't acting. One of the most iconic moments in The Untamed comes in a quiet scene where Lan Wangji watches over a sleeping Wei Wuxian by a riverside. The camera lingers too long on Yibo's gaze, soft, reverent, real. What fans didn't know then was that the director had yelled cut 2 seconds earlier. Wang Yibo didn't blink, didn't move. He stayed in the moment. When he looked at me like that, Xiao Zhan later said in a private fan chat, I forgot where I was. I forgot I was Wei Wuxian. I just let myself be seen. Cinematographers kept that footage. They didn't reshoot. Because sometimes the truth speaks louder than direction. Scene 4. Whispers, warnings, and pulling away. By the time the drama aired, the chemistry had ignited global fan communities. The fandom, affectionately known as CPFs or couple fans, exploded. Edits, theories, and deep dive analyses filled the internet. But behind the scenes, the pressure was mounting. Producers allegedly warned the pair to tone it down. Talent managers grew nervous about their closeness. Brands raised eyebrows. There were conversations, an insider revealed. Contracts were threatened. Careers were on the line. They were told to act distant, to preserve their image. And so, they did what they were told on the surface. The public saw them drift. But the flame didn't die. It simply went underground. Scene 5. The rooftop moment. It was during the last week of filming. Cast and crew had gathered on a rooftop in Hengdian to celebrate the final episode. There was laughter, fireworks, speeches. But far from the crowd, two figures stood by the edge of the rooftop, looking out over the city lights. According to a staff member who asked to remain anonymous, ZHAN and Wang YIBO spoke very little that night. They just stood there, the source said. No cameras, no audience. YIBO was leaning on the railing, and ZHAN stood next to him, arms folded. Then Xiao said something, and YIBO laughed. Not his public laugh. The real one. Someone tried to take a photo, but was quietly stopped. That wasn't for us, they said. That was for them. Scene 6. The goodbye that wasn't. After filming wrapped, the world watched them go their separate ways. New shows. New music. New partnerships. But fans noticed the patterns. ZHAN's concert outfits included subtle references to Lan Wangji's style. Wang YIBO once danced to a remixed version of Wei Wuxian's theme during a rehearsal live stream, then deleted the footage minutes later. They were apart, but always in order.